Hello, this is Roman Barba, a research and development engineer working in Hewlett-Packard for the last 18 years.
And I'm Daniel Montanez from Color Incorporated.
Daniel, we're supposed to talk about banners, traditional banners for latex. Do we really have exciting content for that topic?
We have tons of exciting content for this topic. Do you know why?
Tell me.
Well, because this is where it all starts. All those latexes that you guys are going to start selling out there in the industry and your customers are going to start buying, start here, because you have to be able to replicate everything that they do. And you can't talk to them about other industries. I know the latex is a very versatile thing where you can get into textiles, wall coverings, in fact, which I think is something you like a lot, car wrapping and things like that. But this is where it all starts. If they can't produce what they do today, then they really have no business getting into a latex.
Okay, tell me please.
Well, first let's look at this sign over here. So let's look at the traditional banner that your customers are doing today. So your customers today are already working with something like this. This is a Ferrari banner, PVC banner that's for outdoor use. But not only this, your customers are also doing this type of new product that I saw that HP came out with called the high density polypropylene? No.
Yes, that's HP high density polyethylene. It's a reinforced material. And the thing I like the most of this material, in fact, it's a great alternative to traditional PVC banners, and it's recyclable and it's very light. It's the second version of this product. It was released 2 years ago. Now it's the second version. And again, the thing that I really like the most is that it is a real alternative to PVC banners and very, very light.
An alternative to PVC banners, I don't know. I mean, I was looking at the specs for this particular product and I really wasn't that impressed. This particular product, if I read it correctly, says on here that it's 170 grams or 5 ounces. 5 ounces. Most of my customers are using 10 ounce, 13 ounce, or even 15 ounce scrim outside. This is very heavy material, no?
Yes, Daniel, you're right. But one of the great things of this material is that it's a real alternative. Real means that you can compare apples to apples. So also from the tier strength point of view. Let's do a test. As you said, this is a high grammage material, and I'll challenge you to try to tear this away.
Okay.
Quite strong, isn't it?
It's pretty strong. See, this will really, oh, well, it will still hold up outside pretty well. It's being used every day today.
Yeah, that's the typical performance of a traditional PVC banner. Let's take a look at this one, much, much lighter. You said 170, it's 180, but still very light material. Do you want to try and see if you can do it?
Oh. This is obviously going to break too easily for my customers, so. Maybe not.
Okay, so I think you accept that it's really
I think you've proved this point.
And the reason is we have this scrim inside. This is a high density polyethylene scrim, and that's the trick. That is what gives the strength to this recyclable material.
So this particular scrim right here is what your customers have inside, and then how do they print on this?
Well, you just coat it with high density polyethylene. So that's the heart of the material. Then we extrude high density polyethylene here. We extrude high density polyethylene there. And there we have our high density polyethylene material.
So what you're saying is your customers now can print on this extra strength, lightweight product and be able to produce the same PVC banners for outdoors that my customers used to do with 13 and 15 ounce banners?
You're right.
That's very nice. But I saw that this also comes in a double-sided form.
Sure, you are very well updated. It's a very brand new material that we have just released. That, I really believe, is going to be a revolution. That's the new double-sided high density polyethylene. So now you will be able to print double-sided because of this material, but also obviously because of the new capability of the new latex printers, which allow you to print double-sided. So as you can see, an image here, an image there, very well registered.
But Roman, I have to ask you this, and I'm going to have to ask you guys as well. I've had some latex customers, and in the past, when they've printed cyan like this, it's come right off. I mean, when they go to laminate it, are you sure you really want to propose this for outside? It's going to need lamination.
Yeah, I see you have a lot of experiences with latex. It's true. In a very worst cases, in the past you may get some cyan release from here when you were laminating by hand with liquid laminate. And myself, I've done some testing about that, and I can assure you that we have solved that completely with the new inks and with the new version of this high density polyethylene. I'll show you what happens. So let's take here an overlaminate. That's a liquid overlaminate that if it, I will pour it over here. So So as you will see, this is a really worst case scenario because we are really pressing a lot with our roller. There is a lot of friction. And now, with this combination of ink, with this new material, the roller is completely white. What happened in the past? I did that the other day also, and if you press a lot, that's what you are getting. So huge difference, and that's thanks to the new ink and the new formulation of this type of high-density polyethylene material.
See, you already have another thing that's quite exciting then.
It is.
So there is a lot of content to talk about for the latex and PVC, no?
Sure.
Well, but I know when we're talking about double-sided printing, I mean, this is one thing that I was studying up on. Now, this is the OMAS sensor. And with the OMAS sensor in the past, it's been used for feed calibration and so forth on materials as you're putting them forward. But from what I heard, you guys have now started to use this to read sensor line on each print that comes through. So if it's on each print, that means that the error doesn't keep continuing if there is an error. But that sensor line that you're putting down is now being read to adjust for double-sided printing so that you can do on the same machine, not just regular printing, but double-sided printing just because of this sensor.
Correct.
That's really awesome to know. As I was saying, you have this PVC type of double-sided material with a PET blockout. And as you can see on here, I mean, this is a really great alternative for some of the sign makers that are out there. But then there's also the lamp post that's double-sided that your customers can also use as well. And this becomes extremely exciting. So when we were saying, did we have enough content? We have plenty of content. But some of my customers, you know, they may not want to buy the 3.2. Some of your customers may not either. They may want to just do the L2800 or the L2600. And I want to still be able to create a big banner like a 3.2 banner. Ramon, what can we do there?
Well, with this one-sided high-density polyethylene banner,
right,
you can weld printed side to printed side. You cannot weld unprinted to unprinted. But now that we have just released this double-sided material, now you can weld this side, you can weld the other side. So if you weld this, and you may use this type of welding machines you can see over here, then you would be able to create such a big banner like this one over here, even having a narrow printer.
That's extremely exciting. Now, I was told that you don't like traditional type things, you know, so I'm talking here about a lot of the PVC type, PET type materials that your traditional sign makers would make, but he's always sneaking one behind me. So I'm going to ask you, what is it that you do have back there? Tell me your creativeness.
Well, it's true. I really like to think a little bit beyond the box. And when I was starting to work with this double-sided high-density polyethylene, I had an idea. Give me a second, I'll show you what I've done.
Thank you.
So this is the back. This is what I've done. You see, it's a nice bag, done with high-density polyethylene, so has this green message. Looks very good. It's also printed inside. But the main reason why you have the print inside is because it's reversible. So can you imagine having a business where you have your message for, let's say, for winter? You have a message here, and you can show that during winter. And then your customer can do something like that and use a different message for summer. So as you can imagine, this has much more added value than the typical banner that you may do with this type of materials. Very simple concept, very easy to be done.
This is also extremely exciting and quite an awesome finish there. But you said this is that high polyethylene, somewhat recyclable. This isn't recyclable though, is it?
That's recyclable through the HP Take Back program.
The what?
HP Take Back program. Let me explain you the Take Back program for a second.
Okay.
So let's talk about the Take Back program from HP.
Okay.
We can recycle any HP material that has to do with polyesters, high-density polyethylenes, like this Tyvek over here. That's an HP Tyvek. This is made of a high-density polyethylene. So you just roll it, and that can be recycled.
Very nice.
If we have a high-density polyethylene, like this one over here, once you're done, you roll it. That's my daughter.
But wait, you have grommets on here.
Yes, but that's not an issue. The recycler will remove them for us.
Well, that sounds interesting. Now, there's two things I wanted to ask you. I mean, you brought this great card out, and this wrapping. Did you do this wrapping, or is this what the customer gets?
No, really. So the customer should take any cardboard box that he has around. He fills that with recyclable material, goes to internet, fills a form, and then he will get someone to take that box for him. This is available in several countries all over the world, so you should check where you are and then check if that's available in your country.
And now this, you said the customer. Who exactly is the customer? Is it the PSP? Is it the reseller?
Both.
Who's the customer?
PSPs can offer that service to their customers. The final customer can also recycle that.
Oh, so all three levels, the reseller, the PSP, and the customer himself can all do this.
Yes.
Well, I have over here, you know, for backdrops out of textiles is made with this HP heavy textile. Can that be recycled?
This can be also recycled.
In the same box?
Same box altogether.
They will separate it for?
Yes.
Very good. And what about this backlit material that I have? Also, it's an HP product.
Yes. That's a polyester backlit, so this can be also recycled altogether.
Very nice. And then you said there was not enough content to talk about. I think we've covered a lot of content here.
Sure, there is a lot of content. It's clear that HP Latex offers a great advantage when printing with banners. Let's summarize all that we have been discussing during the last minutes.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is the first thing that we all should remember when we talk about banners?
Well, I would say, I mean, at least for my customer base, and I'm sure for your customer base as well, you have a really high road. Why? Because I think it all starts right here. Before they get into any of the textiles or any of the wall coverings that I know you really love, or any of the car wraps, it all starts right here with what they do today. That's what I have to say. I don't know what else you might want to add.
Well, what I think it's obviously very important to remember here is that the HP Latex technology can print with traditional PVC banners like this one we saw over here without any solvent, with better quality. Not only that, we can also print on recyclable materials like high-density polyethylene.
Very good.
And the most exciting of all, now we can print double-sided with the new technology that we have incorporated with the new latex printer.
That is extremely exciting. Not boring. Extremely exciting.
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh, Roman, thank you for having me here. And thank you guys for listening to us.